Yo, Justin Gay, seeds of Xanadu, raining again. It's starting to become a thing out here, man. Yo, gotta go change those Crocs. Gotta go put on some boots. That's much better. I thought I could get away with rocking those other Crocs. That ain't gonna work. Anyway, I don't have a lot to do today, so I think I'm just gonna be building stuff. Let's build. First thing I need to build is my salad spinner. So I gotta be honest with y'all. This is my second attempt at building one of these. I'm not ashamed. I'm a little ashamed. I don't know what I did wrong the first time. Yeah. Anyhow, so here we go with number 2. This one's gonna work though for sure. On this one, I'm consulting more so of Stephen over at Nature's Always Right. And if you wanna get a really up close and personal way on how to build one of these things, you can definitely look at Michale Kilpatricks' video course on how to build a salad spinner. I do have that video course as well, but I kind of want to get this thing done quick and easy. And what I've seen, it looks like Steven actually has the same damn washing machine as I do, at least from the top. Well, who knows? But anyway, I'm gonna go for it the same way that he went for his. Now I've been on and off looking at Let Go and OfferUp and none of these other sites to find another washer like this one. I've seen them on there from anywhere from about $75, actually even $50 to on up. I didn't want to spend more than really in between 50 to 100. That being said, the other day I walk outside, one of my neighbors has a washing machine outside. So another neighbor came out and was like, yo, I was like, hey, does this washing machine work? And they're like, I don't know. Go ask Tony up the street, my other neighbor. I walk up to Tony. Actually, Tony comes outside. He's like, hey, what's up, Justin? I'm like, what's happening, man? I ask him, does this washing machine work? He's like, I'm not sure, but I'm getting rid of my washing machine. I walked to his house. He literally had this washing machine on a dolly getting ready to take it to the curb. So it all worked out well. I literally found 2 washing machines for free in the same day. Doesn't always happen that way, but if you drive around, you might be able to find a washing machine for free, or just go to Let Go or OfferUp. Like I said, you can find them pretty cheap. However, if you just want to go ahead and buy one brand new, that's cool too. First thing I need to do is take off these bolts. 5/16 socket. These top ones are a 1/4 socket. Now my goal in this whole build is to tear this thing apart as little as possible, much like Steven, because I really want to be able to use this control panel. This washing machine is a Whirlpool. I think these are probably one of the better ones to use for this application, although I've seen a lot of different makes and models being used for the same thing, so who knows. I eventually just had to pry it off with a flathead screwdriver. We're in. That right there, this is actually the mechanism that I want to trip. So I need to be very careful with this whole assembly right here. This is the actual ground wire that I need to be most concerned with. Cool. Next thing I need to do is remove these tabs. Basically, all I do is kind of flick it out like that. Kind of hook your screwdriver. Kind of hook it in that little lip there. You can kind of pull it out. Another thing too, you can get rid of is these hoses right here. This hose I want to keep because that's my drain hose. This is what's going to get the water from the greens out of the washing machine to wherever it is I want the water to get pumped to. So it's very important that the pump in this machine works as well as the spin cycle. One more screw down at the bottom. All right, now that I got this thing open, next thing I need to do is take off the top lid. One thing that's definitely worth mentioning, these washing machines are all kind of different. So I'm kind of just giving you the socket sizes on this one. I'm assuming if you get a Whirlpool, it's going to be probably about the same thing, but I'm not 100% sure. So you might have to play around a little bit. So far for this machine, all I needed was a 5/16 socket as well as a 1/4 inch socket. Next thing I want to do is remove this locking mechanism. I want to be gentle here though. I don't want to mess this thing up. So I kind of broke a little bit of the tab off. Got a little too strong. Basically what I want to do, I'm going to keep it open in this position so that the spinner can keep spinning with the machine thinking that the door is closed. Next step is to remove the agitator. Now I gotta take that nut off. 7/16 socket. There you go. So back to the little open close mechanism. Open, close. So what I want to do is slide that to the open position, and then I'm going to put a screw in there. Now it's going to be just permanently open. In fact, I'm going to actually tape this up just to make sure that that screw doesn't fall out. Now the next thing I need to do is find a place to ground this and then reconnect it. When you're grounding this, or pretty much when you ground anything, you want to make sure that it's on a metal to metal contact, that it doesn't have like a barrier paint or tape or something like that on it. I mean, if there is tape or there is paint especially, you can kind of scratch that off and then ground it from there. As you can see, I got a bunch of little spaces here, so I'm just going to put it down here somewhere. That should do it. Okay, now that everything's jumped, I should be able to turn this thing on, and this thing should spin. Hey now! It's spinning! Solid. Now that I got all that going, the next thing I need to do is start building the receptacle. So I'm going to refer back to Steven's video, see exactly, I know it's a toilet flange, but I'm not exactly sure the size. I got to run out to Home Depot anyway to get the receptacle going. All right, just made it back from the hardware store. The 20-gallon Rubbermaid trash can that I bought isn't fitting in the spinner. So I'm gonna remove this ring here and hopefully my trash can will fit. Yeah, there we go. Now it fits in there. Perfect. Awesome. Very cool. Now to make this thing fit perfectly inside of the spinner. Now, seeing that I have that, what I need to do to the trash can now is to basically make a hole at the bottom of it so I can put this trash can all the way to the bottom of the spinner itself. And the way that I'm going to do that is by attaching this 4-inch toilet flange to, where is that from? This ABS 4-inch pipe, right? It goes directly into there. Like this, and then this whole assembly will now go into the trash can, and I'll cut a hole at the bottom of that trash can. So now when I slide the trash can in, it's just going to slide all the way into the spinner itself. So my goal in this is to make sure this toilet flange is 100% centered with the trash can. Seeing that this thing is going to be hitting high speeds, I want to make sure that it's centered so that there's no wobble to the trash can when the salad spinner is spinning. That's looking about right. So now what I'll do is I'm going to mark this thing in here. Okay. So I got these things marked like that. You probably can't see. There's some water that got in here too. But now I got these things marked off. What I'm going to do is just drill the holes and attach the flange to the trash can. Using just a basic bolt, washer, and nut combo. No big deal. Now I'm just gonna mark out the amount that I actually need for the receptacle. I'm gonna go a little higher, just to be on the safe side. That's gonna be about what we need. I just gotta reattach it. Okay, everything's back in. I'm just gonna add the cap. All right, everything's in there nice and snug. Spin. Now to drill the holes in the receptacle. I'm going to use my soldering iron to make the holes. I think that's going to be the way easier option. To be honest with you, I think the drill will probably be a little bit easier. These holes aren't coming out circular the way that I want to, so we'll use the drill. 1/2 inch. You guys get the point, right? Got all the holes in. Now I'm just gonna clean it off with a knife. They actually do make baskets that will fit that washing machine. I'm not exactly sure the name and the size of them, so I stuck with this guy. Maybe for the next build, I'll get one of the baskets, or I probably will end up just finding one of those baskets anyway, because it would be nice to have a receptacle that I can easily pull in and out of the spinner as I wash. And I think that those baskets will allow that. And we'll make sure that we clean out the inside the same way. To be 100% honest with you guys, this is pretty much the hardest part of this whole build. Alrighty, y'all. As you can see, I pretty much have this thing all together, but seeing that there's no top plate here anymore, there's no way that I can fasten the front to the back. So what I got is a couple of these little plates here. I'm gonna go ahead and fasten these guys up via some self-tapping screws and put this thing back into its final resting place. The handles, I almost forgot the handles. I gotta get these things off. This thing's gonna be spinning at a really fast rate. So if these things catch anything or hit one of us, the shit ain't gonna feel good. So I need to get this stuff off. Dremel would be best for this, but my grinder is just like literally right there, so I'm just gonna use my grinder. Looking good. Now to put it back together. Almost like we planned it. Now for the drainage, I'm just gonna simply put that into the sump tank for the bubbler, and it'll just wash off in there. We'll get rid of it. At the same time, we get rid of the water that we use for the bubbler. So, hope this video was useful, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace. Seeing that we do a lot of microgreens here, what's going to end up happening is the microgreens are going to come out of the wash. We're going to put them inside of some dryer bags. Then we're going to drop them inside of the spinner. That way we don't lose any product in the process. Kind of doing some old school Curtis Stone type shit. Peace out.